Welcome in, everybody, to the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio on a Wednesday. It's Wednesday, March 4th. I'm your host, Tim Dennis, right here on Darkness Radio. Got a big show today, folks. Supernatural news and Parashare. By the way, we need your Parashare stories, so send them in, whether it be your real-life experiences with ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot, Chupacabra, a dog with mange, whatever you got. Tim at darknessradio.com. Send it in. Please, let's bring in our co-hostess today. She is our Duchess of Death, our Princess of the Paranormal, our supernatural soul sister. She's from the hand that looks like a mitten. And look, I'm pointing right here on video. There she is right there. She's right near my thumb. Right there. Not under my thumb. Never under my thumb, but right near my thumb. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Mallie Fox. Hi, Mallie.
Hello, hello.
How's your week been?
Busy, but good.
Good. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear.
How was your week?
Very exciting.
Really?
Yeah, an exciting week. Well,
Okay.
I mean, so far. I mean, I got to talk to the great Brad Meltzer. That was fun for me.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, I haven't sprung it on people yet, but tomorrow I get to talk to the great Jeff Belanger.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I miss him.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a little time travel tomorrow. So,
Okay, cool.
kind of bookending with some great authors this week. So
Nice.
yeah, it's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So having a good week.
Good.
Yeah.
That's positive.
Yeah. Exciting week here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so it's warm here this week. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spring that on you.
I know it's still cold here, but if it's warm there, that means it's coming my way.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But we almost hit 50 degrees today.
Oh, okay. So maybe tomorrow, the next day, then it'll be 50 for me.
Yeah, it's coming your way. Yeah, we flirted with 50. It was like about 49 degrees today. So
Okay.
yeah. No sight of my chippers yet.
Oh.
Not yet. But
Mm-hmm.
I can only hope for end of March.
Okay.
I don't think it's warming up permanently yet. I don't get that feeling yet. I think we're still, we still have tournament time,
Right. The March Madness snow.
Yeah. So I'm not counting on them coming up yet, but
Yeah.
you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Big show today, Mal. Boy, oh boy. That's that saying, 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yep.
Yep, that's pretty much what's going on with our space program right now. We'll have news about that today. We've got some odd AI news today. By the way, we had that Chinese robot story last week.
Uh-huh. Where we were trying to decide if it was real or not.
Yes, Tom sent in a definitive story about that. I'll give you a little bit of an update. It's not much of one, but Tom sent in a little bit of an update. He sent in a video, but we can't play the video because it's like 9 minutes long. But essentially, he gave us a definitive answer on that. We have your bits and bobs today.
Bits and bobs.
So we'll jump into that. And I alluded to it in the interview with Brad Meltzer, but a list came out from Bohemian Grove of its members.
Oh.
Yeah, and there were a few not so surprising names and one very surprising name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that today as well. That's in the news. And our palate cleanser today is I'm trying to remember, what is our palate cleanser today? I think our palate cleanser today is actually it's a cute one, if I remember. Yeah, it's a cute one. So
Nice.
Yeah.
It was a cute one last week too, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm trying to stay on the cuter ones. So
That's good.
yeah. Yeah. In fact, I think I'm somewhat jealous of this palate cleanser. So
Okay.
yeah. I almost wish it would happen to me.
Ah.
Yeah. It's almost a jealousy thing. So that's supernatural news today. So let's start it off again with interstellar news. We'll start off in the skies and work our way back to Earth. Well, I guess we'll start on Earth because it's
Okay.
and we'll start with a little bad news and we'll work our way forward to good news.
Okay.
It's bad news yet again for the launch of NASA's Artemis 2 mission. Whoopsie. Again, this is the launch to the moon or around the moon, the orbit of the moon. Just when it looked like the launch would go ahead, another spanner in the works manifested itself. It seems that NASA can't catch a break, at least as far as Artemis 2 is concerned. Back at the beginning of February, hopes of an imminent launch of the mission that would see the first crew fly around the moon in more than 5 decades were dashed when a hydrogen fuel leak was detected during a wet dress rehearsal. You remember the wet dress rehearsal from last week?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who would get in a wet dress and then rehearse, but evidently NASA does. After the issue was fixed, the rocket was rolled out for a second time with the launch scheduled for March 6th. But now it turns out there's another issue, a helium flow malfunction. So evidently they take balloons with them onto the ship and then they all inhale them and then they do funny voices.
Right. Sing the Lollipop Kid song.
Yep. So that's a thing. The helium flow malfunction necessitating yet another return to the hangar so that engineers can attempt repairs because you need birthday balloons on the ship. The team was unable to get helium flow through the vehicle. NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman wrote on X rather. This occurred during a routine operation to repressurize the system. I understand people are disappointed by this development. That disappointment is felt by most of the team at NASA, who have been working tirelessly to prepare for this great endeavor. At present, the next possible launch window likely won't be until April. Even so, Isaacman remains confident that Artemis 2 will go ahead and that the space program will see humans not only visit the moon, but ultimately build a base there. Build a base on the moon? That seems odd. Doesn't that seem odd to you?
It does. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
Right. Isaacman also wrote, "We will return in the years ahead. We will build a moon base and undertake what should be continuous missions to and from the lunar environment. Where we begin with this architecture and flight rate is not where it will end." It seems ominous. But then, you have to ask yourself the question, is this the whole reason why President Trump started Space Force? I mean, was there this huge plan behind it? There was a reason. He said there was a reason to start Space Force, that space needed to be defended. But then who knew we were going to take over the moon?
Yeah.
Right? By the way, have you got your little plot of land defended, my friend?
No, but apparently it looks like I need to.
Right. They might claim eminent domain and take your little plot of land. Yeah. I'd get up there and defend it if I were you.
I know. I need to find that deed.
Well, speaking of Artemis 2, Artemis 3, that's where they actually land on the moon. That mission will no longer land humans on the moon. So I guess we're scrapping that one now, too. The major policy change was revealed on Friday as the space agency grappled with delays and technical issues. As we told you about what was happening with Artemis 2, and that being delayed multiple times, and now being scheduled to launch in April, it's been disappointing. It seemed as though things would otherwise stay on track and that the follow-up mission, Artemis 3, would see the first manned moon landing in over 50 years. Now, though, NASA has come out with a further announcement that has basically upended the entire schedule by revealing that Artemis 3 will no longer seek to land humans on the moon. Instead, it will be a low Earth orbit flight launched sometime next year to test docking maneuvers. The actual manned landing will be attempted by Artemis 4, possibly as soon as 2028. These changes are down to a number of issues, but mostly due to ever-increasing delays behind the scenes and technical issues that have plagued the Artemis program for years. The more incremental approach will give NASA a bit more breathing space. Everybody agrees that this is the only way forward, said, again, Jared Isaacman there at NASA, the administrator. I know this is how NASA changed the world, and this is how NASA is going to do it again. So, more stages, Mallie. To you, does that mean more money? Does that seem like doing it in more increments would cost more?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I would think if you're going up in more.
Well, yeah, I guess the more trips you would have to take, yeah, it would cost more.
Yeah, I mean, to one flight just to circle the moon. I mean, unless you're finding a way to make it pay for itself, unless you're taking experiments up there, or unless you're doing something else up there while you're in orbit.
Yeah.
I don't know, right?
Yeah. I was thinking about the materials and stuff, but I wasn't thinking about the trips. But yeah.
I mean, it's quite spendy with, materials and fuel and training but I mean, if you can find a way to make it pay for itself, I guess. I don't know. Sponsorships, like like NASCAR, just start putting stickers on the outside of the rockets, I guess. I don't know. Got to make it work somehow, right?
Yeah. I wonder how much it would cost. You know how, like, with Super Bowl commercials?
Yeah.
What was it, like 3 million? How much was it for a commercial?
This year it was 7 or 8 million.
Okay.
For 30 seconds. Yeah.
Right. So I wonder how much it would be just to have a sticker, like, on the side of something.
Oh, yeah. The naming rights, right?
Yeah.
Name the Artemis mission. So it'd be like the Frito-Lay Artemis flight. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what would you have to get? I got to guess it's a few $1 billion to launch a flight out of Florida. So what would you get for naming rights? Probably a couple $100 million.
Maybe.
So what would it be? Who could afford it? Amazon, Pepsi, Coke, Netflix, maybe. The Netflix, Frito-Lay, Pepsi, Artemis mission to Mars, or I'm sorry, the moon. I'm look at me getting ahead of myself. That'd be something, right?
Yeah. Maybe we could, like, somehow sneak like a Darkness Radio sticker, just somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Stick it on something.
DarknessRadioshow.com sticker on there.
Yeah.
And
Just
watch it fly off and then salute it. Yeah. That'd be kind of fun. There's no way I could pay that kind of money to put us on there, but hey, why not?
That's why we would have to sneak it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Maybe they'd take us on as a charity case.
I like how we have to be a charity case.
Yeah. We'll just go, hey, we're a 503c.
Yeah, there we go.
And then hope they buy
Take
it.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take us, please. Can we be next to the Frito-Lay, Pepsi, Netflix, Amazon stickers?
Or isn't it also like Rocket Mortgage?
Yes.
Isn't that usually one of them?
Yep. Rocket Mortgage. Yep.
Budweiser.
SoFi. Yep. SoFi is another one. Yeah. Boy, we're naming all these. We're not getting a dime from any of them.
Nope.
Not a one.
But we will take sponsors.
Yes, we will.
So if you're listening.
Yes. Yeah. McDonald's, they could afford it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fast food on the moon. Can you imagine opening up? By the way, the what is it called? The Big Arch? Is that the new burger at McDonald's?
I do not know.
Oh yeah, that came out this last week.
Okay.
The Big Arch. They reviewed it, and one of the big papers I think reviewed it. I was reading the reviews on the Big Arch.
Okay. Is it chicken or
no? It's a burger. It's a burger.
Okay.
It's 2 quarter-pound patties. I think it's like white cheddar cheese.
Ooh, I like white cheddar.
Slivered onions and something similar to Big Mac sauce, but not really. It's a tangy sauce, is all they'll say.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of want to try it, but I kind of don't. But they say it's a very sloppy burger. That's all they'll say.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's no bun in between the 2 patties like there is with a Big Mac. It's just
gotcha.
It's 2 patties put together. But they said it was decent. I guess it's big in Europe.
Okay.
The Big Arch. So, yeah. But it's here in America now. So,
gotcha.
Yeah. But maybe they could send a bunch of big arches up to the moon, and then they could have a taste test up there, see if it's any different. Do you think food tastes different on the moon?
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know how, but maybe.
I would think it would somehow affect your taste buds.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. Well, let's get to our next story, shall we? A NASA veteran maintains that extraterrestrial life really is out there. Wonder how a gray alien tastes on the moon. I mean, not that we go hunting gray aliens or anything like that. Dr. Gentry Lee, who worked on the Mars Viking mission, has spent decades designing probes that land on other worlds. Speaking recently at the American Association for the Advancement of Science, or AAAS, Oz, or it could be ASS, conference in Phoenix, Dr. Lee expressed his opinion that alien life is still out there for us to find. It has just got to be there somewhere, he said. We are going to find life of some kind somewhere else. The odds are overwhelming, he went on to say. That said, he didn't think that intelligent aliens had ever visited the Earth. There exists nothing today that says any alien or alien machine has ever landed on the planet Earth, he said. If you believe otherwise, you are being misled, is what he went on to say. On the subject of finding life on other worlds, Dr. Lee stated that scientists would need to be ready to find forms of extraterrestrial life that are very different to anything we see here on our own world. The Earth, he argues, may actually not be all that interesting to an alien scientist. Extraterrestrial biologists would come to the Earth and would go back and report, not a terribly interesting planet. All life is the same. Would they really, though? I mean, that's assuming a lot, right?
Yeah.
All of it reproduces in the same way using the same major DNA molecule is what else they would report. There's also a video here of the conference featuring Dr. Lee. I'll post this in the description of the program so you can watch Dr. Lee do his thing and make fun of all aliens, I guess. That's what I'm assuming he's doing.
Right.
But you can watch his lecture in the description. Our next story is about ancient Martian organisms that may be trapped in ice, according to this new study. Evidence of ancient life on Mars might be found in a place where NASA's rovers have yet to explore. For many years now, exploratory rovers such as Perseverance and Curiosity have been trundling around, big word for me, on the Martian surface, investigating samples of soil and rock for signs of microbial life. While to date they haven't found anything conclusive, there are definitive signs that Mars may have once been habitable and may have provided a safe haven for primitive organisms. Now, according to a new study by researchers from NASA Goddard Space Flight Center and Penn State University, the rovers may have been looking in the wrong place. By recreating Mars-like conditions in the laboratory, the team discovered that ancient microbes can potentially survive for tens of millions of years trapped in ice while being bombarded with cosmic radiation. This means that frozen water deposits, as opposed to soil and rock, might be the better place to look. 50 million years is far greater than the expected age for some current surface ice deposits on Mars, which are often less than 2 million years old, meaning any organic life present within the ice would be preserved. That, according to study co-author Christopher House. That means if there are bacteria near the surface of Mars, future missions can find it. Well, that's as good a spot as any to look, I think.
Yep.
Absolutely. Interesting story here, Mallie, for our next story. According to this, UFO spotters once thwarted a secret Soviet nuclear program. Do we say thank you, or what are we supposed to do? Send a fruit basket? I don't know what to do there. According to this article, during the Cold War, a spate of mysterious sightings ended up exposing a plot to hide nukes from the U.S. This is back in 1967. Eagle-eyed sky watchers in the Western Soviet Union noticed a strange formation in the sky, a crescent-shaped anomaly that was sighted on 6 separate occasions. The sightings sparked a great deal of speculation, with UFO groups at the time writing extensively about the phenomenon and debating over what could be responsible. Strangely, however, all of the discussion and coverage suddenly went silent overnight. It turned out that the phenomenon, I feel like I should be hitting that button down there, but I'm not going to. Was actually caused by a highly secretive Soviet project designed to make it possible to launch nuclear missiles at the United States from the South Pole. Polar bears, Mallie. Polar bears were going to fire missiles at us. The sightings had been of test flights of the R-36 Orb, which is a space missile capable of bypassing U.S. missile detection systems by approaching from the south. The weapon would have been used in a first strike attack to decimate U.S. targets, though its lack of accuracy made its practicality somewhat limited. Fortunately, the U.S. got wind of what the Soviet Union was doing and called them out on it. The Soviets never officially acknowledged the scheme, instead claiming that it had been launching scientific research satellites. That's in quotes. It also wasn't long before the R-36 Orb had become obsolete anyway. If it had been used to attack targets in the U.S., no doubt it would have sparked a nuclear World War III. So thank you, UFO spotters.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for that little tip.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate that.
Hey, if you hear a weird noise, that's my pug snoring.
Oh, that's okay.
So, okay.
We'll let the pug snore.
All right.
Yeah. That's just fine. That's just fine.
If listeners are like, what the hell is that noise? That's Marla Hooch.
That's Marla Hooch. We'll let Marla Hooch snore through this. That just means Marla Hooch is just as bored as everybody else by my story.
Oh, stop. That means she's relaxed. She's calmed by your voice.
Aw,
soothing.
Aw, thank you. One last story before we go to break. For years, we've talked about maybe bringing back the X-Files on TV, right? Well, a reboot is in the works.
Oh.
But not with the original cast.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, a new female lead has been cast, according to this. The return of the iconic 90s TV series will feature 2 new leads and looks set to carry on where the old show left off. So we'll just continue, but with new leads.
Okay.
I don't know how people might feel about that.
Yeah, because how long has it been?
Well, it's been what? Has it been 8 years since the movies? 9 years? 10 years?
No, it's got to be longer than that, hasn't it?
Let's get into it. We'll find out here.
Okay.
When the X-Files debuted back in 1993.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking that long.
Yeah. Nobody had ever seen anything quite like it. Following FBI agents Fox Mulder, played by David Duchovny, and Dana Scully, played by Gillian Anderson, the show quickly became something of a pop culture sensation, popularizing the idea of government conspiracies and leading whole generations of people to declare, I want to believe. Now, the original show ran until 2002 and spawned 2 feature films before returning for a brief, although much less successful 2-season stint from 2016 to 2018.
Okay.
So yeah, it was 2018 was the last time we saw it. What did you think of that 2-season run?
I didn't really watch it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was longer than longer than that ago. How do you say that? Longer. Anyway.
Yeah. It seemed like it was further back in the past than it was.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. This would seem to have been the end of it, but then in 2023, Fox revealed that it was developing a new animated comedy series based on the show entitled The X-Files Albuquerque. I do remember some mention of that, but then I remember it being shelved. This ultimately failed to materialize, but then another more conventional reboot of the show was announced, this time with Ryan Coogler at the helm. I remember that. Do you remember that?
See, I don't. No.
No? Okay. I remember that rumor. Well, things had gone dark yet again concerning the reboot over the ensuing months. We have finally heard this week that the show is in the works and that it will seemingly follow a new pair of FBI agents as they investigate the newly reopened X-Files. Danielle Deadweiler has been tipped to play one of the leads, though there's no word on who her partner will be played by. The show will still be headed up by Ryan Coogler of Sinners fame, also of Black Panther fame, who will also write and direct the plot. Two highly decorated but vastly different FBI agents from an unlikely bond when they are assigned to a long-shuttered division devoted to cases involving unexplained phenomena, the synopsis reads. It remains unclear whether or not the show's original stars will return in cameo roles. Given the huge level of success that was enjoyed by The X-Files when it ran in the 90s, a time when interest in the unexplained, the paranormal, and UFOs was at an all-time high, it will definitely be an uphill struggle for the reboot to recapture even a fraction of its predecessor's popularity. Now, Mal, I got to think this. I think you almost have to have a handoff, right? The first episode or two. So you almost,
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, you almost have to have Mulder and Scully hand off to the new team in order,
or somehow mention them.
Right.
Yeah.
In order to make it work. I mean, you would think.
Yeah.
Right.
I would think so. It would make sense. Do you think they'll bring back the smoking man?
I gotta think. Is he still alive?
In real life? Probably not. He was pretty old in the original series.
I'm trying to remember if the guy who played the smoking man is still alive. I'm looking up just briefly here to see if he is. Okay, there's his picture. Let's see here. His real name is Carl Gerhard Busch Spender. He's the primary antagonist in The X-Files. He's portrayed by William B. Davis. Does it say? Oh, let's look up Wikipedia. You know what? We can look it up during the break here and figure out whether he is still with us or not. But yeah, William B. Davis. You know, it'd be interesting to find out. You know what? I'm looking him up right here. It looks like he's still with us, but he's 88 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that he'd still be up for the original role, but to reinvent the role, yeah. I gotta imagine that Ryan Coogler would reimagine a lot of these things. He's got a pretty rich imagination. So, and a lot of the things that he reimagined for, like, say, Black Panther, straight out of the comics, was pretty inventive. So I got to think that he'll take a lot of the classic characters from X-Files and reimagine them, especially for the small screen. So I got to think. I don't know. I think with Ryan Coogler at the helm, I think it'll be pretty good. So
yeah. I'm just wondering if there's going to be a lot of pushback. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Depending on how the handoff happens. I just think you gotta get the rub, right. You gotta have the old team hand off to the new team, I think, in order for it to happen. And if you misfire, people won't watch it. But if you do it right, I think people will buy in, and they'll want to see new adventures. I think too, with this age of disclosure that we're about to jump into, I think people will be hungry for it too. So I think people will want to see new adventures of some sort.
Right.
Yeah. We'll see. All right. Coming up, an interesting AI segment today. I'll give it that. We'll also talk a little bit about those Chinese dancing robots. Tom sent in a story today to give us the definitive answer as to what those things really were. Boy George also has taken to AI and is going after his haters.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have that story in our AI segment today. The list of Bohemian Grove has come out from last week. A bunch of names that aren't that surprising, leaders of industry, and one that is. We talked about it with Brad Meltzer yesterday, as a matter of fact. We'll talk about it today. A study reveals a possible hidden meaning behind the Easter Island statues. We'll talk about that. Mallie's got her bits and bobs. And our palate cleanser today is maybe my secret wish.
No.
Yeah, just a little secret wish I have. And That's it for our program today. If you have a Parashare story you'd like to share with us, send it in either by email, tim@darknessradio.com, or you can go to our website, darknessradioshow.com. There's a little blue button on the right-hand side. You can send us a voice note. You've got 2 minutes to do so. If you need more time, click on that blue button again. You got another 2 minutes. Just rinse and repeat and keep clicking that button like, I don't know, like your Pavlov's dog or whatever. And we'll just keep stacking 2-minute notes, and I'll stitch them together and put them on the show here. Or if you have a studio just like the ones Mallie and I are sitting in, send us a video note. And
yes.
We want to see your lovely face. So we'll do it that way as well. All right. When we come back, Boy George and AI, new songs. We'll also talk about Bohemian Grove. Mallie's got her bits and bobs. And my secret wish. It's all coming up next right here on the best in paranormal podcasting. It's Supernatural News on a Wednesday right here with your buddies Tim and Mallie right here on Darkness Radio. Welcome back to the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio on a Wednesday, Supernatural News and Parashare. I just had to hold my breath there for a second.
Why?
To get ready for this. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes, right before you rip off a Band-Aid, you got to get ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Either you hold your breath or you tense up or you.
Yeah.
You ever do that? You ever have a buddy slug you in the shoulder?
I think it's more of a guy thing.
Okay, that might be a guy thing. All right. Maybe you ladies don't do that.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. AI news. Here we go. Or robot news or end of the world news. However you want to put it, Mal. I mean, It's all the same. Yeah. Scientists launch a humanity's last exam to test the intelligence of AI.
Okay.
You ever wonder how smart it is?
Probably a lot smarter than some humans.
It could be. The complex and extensive test is designed to measure just how close AI is to exceeding human-level intelligence. All the way back in 1950, the mathematician and computer scientist Alan Turing introduced the Turing test, which is a method of determining how intelligent a machine is compared to a human. In practice, the test involved a human being tasked with evaluating two sides of a conversation between a computer and a human participant. The test could only be passed if the evaluator was unable to tell which side was human and which side was a machine. These days, of course, various AI chatbots are clearly more than capable of having a convincing natural language conversation with humans, thus rendering the Turing test somewhat obsolete. Keen to keep up with a better way of testing the intelligence level of such systems, researchers from the Center of AI Safety and Scale AI have devised a brand new test known as Humanity's Last Exam.
It doesn't sound positive.
No, it doesn't. It sounds downright scary. It is comprised of 2,500 questions covering more than 100 subjects, with the answers being unambiguous and easily verifiable, but which cannot be quickly answered by internet retrieval. So in other words, the computer can't go back and get it quickly from Google. At launch, even the most advanced AI only managed to score of 8.3%. But since then, this number has crept up significantly. Last month, Google's Gemini 3 Deep Think successfully achieved a score of 48.4%. It's getting smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Human experts, by contrast, were able to score over 90% in their fields of expertise. It is inevitable, however, that AI will be able to catch up to this in the near future. Once it does, we may be looking at the world's first artificial general intelligence, a system that can match or even exceed the capabilities of its human creators. Where things go from there, however, remains anyone's guess. 48.4%, Mallie.
Ugh.
It's about half as smart as humans right now.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I'm sad to say, though, AI is getting smarter and a lot of humans are getting dumber.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. You're not lying there, my friend. That's for sure.
Oh.
All right. Meanwhile, talk about a dumb human.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is genius or plain stupid. A software engineer mistakenly gains control of 7,000 robot vacuums. So, yes, he could have vacuumed your house as well. A Spanish software engineer accidentally gained control of approximately 7,000 robot vacuums worldwide, prompting the product's manufacturer to correct its glaring security mistake. Sami Asdufel told tech outlet The Verge about the unparalleled access he received when he created an app with the help of artificial intelligence to control his new DJI Romo vacuum from a video game controller. That was his first mistake.
Yeah.
Asdufel found that once he could communicate with DJI servers, he could control not just his own vacuum, but also thousands of them. He was able to remotely control the vacuums, look and listen through their camera, map out... Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah. Map out rooms and houses and use IP addresses to locate the devices. So smile for the camera, kids, and make sure you're wearing clothes. He told the outlet, I found my device was just one in an ocean of devices. So he could just go right into your house, into your camera. As Dufel says, he was able to gain control of the vacuums without hacking the company's servers. I didn't infringe on any rules. I didn't bypass. I didn't crack, brute force, whatever. Sure he didn't. The issue has reportedly been remedied since Asdufel and The Verge alerted DJI to the security problem with its product. DJI can confirm the issue was resolved last week and remediation was already underway prior to public disclosure, company spokesperson Daisy Kong. King's kid. Daisy Kong.
Yep, got it.
Okay.
King Kong.
Really bad joke.
Yeah.
Wrote in a statement to the outlet. This isn't the first instance of robot vacuums being overtaken. By the way, in 2024, there were reports of robot vacuums manufactured by Ecovacs, chasing customers around their homes and hurling profanities after being hacked. How would you like to be chased around your home by a swearing vacuum? That's why I named mine John Connor, and I don't hook them up to the internet.
Do you, Roomba?
Yeah.
Mine's name's Fortune. Fortune.
Yeah, I don't hook them up to the internet. I just let them. I let them be stupid and hit walls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Half the time I'm picking mine up and turning it around because I'm too impatient for it to get to a certain spot.
Mine just sits and humps the wall or my kneecap, one or the other. Finally, I get sick of it and return it back to its home. And I vacuum manually. They're stupid. Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, Boy George is in the news and is writing new songs with AI and telling haters, I'm ahead of you.
Okay.
How ahead is Boy George when we've been writing songs with AI for a couple years now? You know?
He's late to the party.
A little late, yeah. Karma Chameleon singer Boy George said he thinks he is getting ahead by using ChatGPT to come up with lyrics. And he's tired of writing tunes the old-fashioned way. Really? Tired of using the old ingenuity? It's just gotten lazy in his old age.
Well, no, he's been too busy on his little shows.
I guess so, right? Yeah. Singer Boy George has revealed he's writing new songs with his AI. The Karma Chameleon singer said he thinks he's getting ahead by using ChatGPT to come up with lyrics. The musician, who was the lead singer of Culture Club, said he is fed up with writing songs the old-fashioned way. How old do you think Boy George is, by the way?
I would say 64, 65, maybe?
Look at you, psychic. 64 years old.
Get out. Really?
Yeah. The 64-year-old, whose real name is George O'Dowd, told the Happy Place podcast that AI has helped him as an artist because he is not working with anyone else, so he doesn't have to worry for 2 seconds what they think. Boy George said, I have fantastic conversations with ChatGPT, and I'll say, all those lyrics are crap. Aren't you afraid you're going to hurt ChatGPT's feelings? So yeah, Boy George, ChatGPT, writing the next big hit. That's not what I would say, you know what I mean? But actually, you can train it, Boy George said. And my manager last night was saying, you know, you're talking to someone in China. I said, I couldn't care less, is what Boy George went on to say.
His manager's not that PK guy, is it? Because he's in trouble.
I'm not sure.
From Real Housewives.
Yeah.
He hasn't been paying Dorit.
Uh-oh.
Child support.
That's not good.
I know.
The singer said he didn't know whether you're speaking to a person when you write to ChatGPT. Boy, no, you're not. Boy George continued, who cares? I said, it doesn't matter. Because being a legacy artist, we just put out. I put out at 2 Culture Club tracks. I just put out 2 Culture Club tracks, he said. Went to #1 all over the world. Really? Which was great a couple of weeks ago. Name those tracks for me, would you? Because I didn't see 2 tracks from Culture Club hit #1 anywhere. But okay. Evidently, ChatGPT is causing illusions or delusions in Culture Club singers the world around. He also said it doesn't have the impact that it used to have, but we're going on tour. These 2 particular songs we've been playing for 3 years, and I was like, I'm putting them on my label. Boy George also went on to say, F everyone. They can all get upset. It went #1 everywhere, he says. He keeps saying it went #1 everywhere. Do you remember hearing that Culture Club went #1 everywhere?
No.
No.
Maybe like on the dance. Like sometimes they have those charts that you don't really know of. Like I had never heard of, here we go. Here's my guilty pleasure. Erica Jane from Real Housewives. That's how I know PK's in trouble with not paying Dorit.
Yep.
According to from Real Housewives. Anyway, I never heard of Erica Jane, but she was like #1 with her dance hits.
Yep.
So maybe he's like in that realm.
You know what?
So maybe he is #1 kind of like.
I'm going to look it up real quick.
In that category. Because, she had like all these #1 hits, and I had never heard of her until.
Culture Club #1 hits 2025, 2026.
Because it wasn't a remix, correct?
I don't think so. This is something Here we go. As of 2025, Culture Club has not, as of early 2026, Culture Club has not achieved new Billboard Hot 100 or official UK singles chart #1 hits.
What if he like released it just as Boy George? Or is he saying it was Culture Club?
He's saying it's Culture Club.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's trying to speak it into the universe and manifest it.
I guess. Okay, it's here's the disclaimer here, though, Mal. Are you ready? It says, and this is according to AI itself, AI overview on Google. It says the band's #1 hits, such as Karma Chameleon and Do You Really Want to Hurt Me, date back to the 1980s. However, Culture Club and Boy George have been active in 2025 and 2026 with new music and releases. Their new music, Boy George and Culture Club, released a new track titled Mind Your Own Existence, sometimes referred to as a Dark Globe Boy George Culture Club collaboration in late 2025, early 2026. 2026 releases, new material listed on streaming platforms for 2026 includes Letting Things Go, The Next Thing Will Be Amazing, Deluxe. So those are the two tracks. But according to Boy George, those are number one. Where, I don't know.
Right.
But not according to Billboard 100. They didn't chart anywhere. Now, maybe he's thinking, but not even on Spotify, because it would have listed it. It would have listed it and on Spotify as being a hit. You liar, Boy George. Liar. The rest of the quote from Boy George is this. He said, F everyone, they can all get upset. It went number one everywhere. I was getting this lecture from them. An artist like me, they try to force you to work in an old-fashioned way. I'm ahead of them, he says. Well, I don't know how to tell you this there, Boy George O'Dowd, but you're not ahead of anybody. Even kids in their basement are using AI to write songs and make songs. And you didn't go number one anywhere. So
yeah.
Mallie and I are going to make an AI album.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be hilarious? Oh my gosh. What would it be? Would it be like rock or dance or country? What would you do?
All of it. We can do
like
all of
every single category.
Have you heard there's the one guy online who does the mashups? He just did a the guy who plays the drums. I don't remember what his name is. People are screaming at their listening devices right now. But he just did Billie Jean as Dark Country. Have you seen that one? Oh, it's the guy's genius. But yeah, what he does is he programs all of it into AI and then it spits it out. So if he wants to make a song and then he drums along to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, he just made Billie Jean into Dark Country and it's brilliant. Yeah. But he'll do different mashups and different imaginations of different songs using AI.
Okay.
But it's pretty funny.
Because do you just put, like, if we were to do a song, will we just put like keywords into it?
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
I
mean, so on these AI song generators, you just basically put an idea in and a song tempo in and what you want for a genre, and it spits everything out.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, and it makes it in a matter of minutes. You really don't have to do any work.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I don't know who Boy George is fooling. He's not doing anything at all. He's not doing any work whatsoever. All right. Our last story here is thanks to Tom. And it's a short one. It's just a footnote. We had told you last week about the robots in China that had been doing the kung fu routines. It was multiple robots developed by Unitree Robotics. They were doing a show. Saw human performers working together with the machines to create a breathtaking and unique spectacle. It turns out that, yes, the majority of them were humans in costumes.
We thought so because they were so fluid with movement.
Yeah. The majority of them were humans. Tom sent along a video. I tell you what, I will post the YouTube link that Tom sent along in the description of this program so you guys can watch the entire video. It's pretty fascinating, but they break down exactly how they know the majority of them are humans and how the government tried to get away and Unitree Robotics tried to get away with trying to convince us that these were mainly robots. But yeah, there's not a lot of robotics going on there.
Yeah.
But it was more of a symbolic show to show you what could be potentially coming up in the future. But yeah, some of them were way too fluid.
Yeah.
No robots. No robots. Sorry. No robots. No robots. That's for sure. All right, Mallie. It's time now for your bits and bobs.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Since we were talking about songs, did you hear about the a couple of songs that could bring on manifestation because of the frequency?
Yes. Yeah.
So like that song Ring My Bell from like the 70s,
Anita
like the
Ward.
disco song?
Yeah.
Yes. That's supposed to bring on abundance.
Really?
Yes. So if you play that, supposedly, it brings on abundance. And then the Phil Collins, what is it? The
Another Day in Paradise?
no, the one I Can Feel It Coming in the Air of Night.
In the Air Tonight, yeah.
Yeah, In the Air Tonight. That is supposed to help with weight loss, supposedly.
Seriously?
Yes. And then there are some other ones, and I forget what they are. But anyway, supposedly the frequency is supposed to, with manifestation.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
So anyway.
I'll have to play Ring My Bell around the house all day.
Yeah. Do a little jig. Get that frequency up there.
Get the frequency going. Yeah.
Yeah. Get your little abundance going on.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I was going to tell you that and I forgot.
Interesting.
So, yeah. But okay, so the first story I have, it's about Prince William and Princess Kate's. Their neighborhood supposedly is plagued by a recurring ghost. The Prince and Princess of Wales moved into Forest Lodge in Windsor back in November 2025 with their 3 children. It's been coined their forever home with the perfect surroundings and plenty of space. But there have been some mysterious going-ons with tales of a regular ghost. Richard Hearn, known as Hearn the Hunter, is said to frequent Windsor Great Park, which is where the impressive 8-bedroom home is located. While some believe their local legend protects the woodland, others believe he has more of a sinister presence attacking livestock. The local Windsor website explains the tale. His ghost still appears wearing the antlers of a stag, riding a phantom black stallion at the head of a pack of black hounds. He appears to warn of times of trouble and gallops through Windsor Great Park only to disappear into thin air. Legendary playwright William Shakespeare explicitly named Hearn in his play The Merry Wives of Windsor, immortalizing the ghost in literature. Act 4, Scene 4 reads, There is an old tale goes that Hearn the Hunter, sometimes a keeper here in Windsor Forest, doth all the winter time at still midnight walk round about an oak with great ragged horns, and there he blasts the tree and takes the cattle, and makes milch kine, yields blood, and shakes a chain in a most hideous and dreadful manner. You have heard of such a spirit, and well you know the superstitious idle-headed eld received and did deliver to our age the tale of Hearn the Hunter for a truth. There are also many historical royal residences that come with ghostly tales, so Prince William will be well versed in spooky and supernatural stories. Paranormal historian Richard Felix spoke to Hello Magazine about the properties thought to have strange activity. He told us that King Charles was left terrified following a spooky encounter at Sandringham. Yeah, there we go. He said Charles was apparently terrified when he and a footman were in the library there and were followed around by a ghost. Richard goes on to explain that Buckingham Palace also has a haunting presence, too. He says Buckingham Palace was actually built on a site that belongs to the monks of Westminster Abbey. The monk, we don't know what happened to him, but he's seen with a cowl, in other words, his hood, wandering through the halls of Buckingham Palace. So their new place is supposedly haunted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that'll put a damper on things.
Except I think they're kind of used to it, though. You know what I mean? I feel like everywhere over there is haunted. Yeah,
I suppose. I suppose you don't move into too many castles and places of such ilk over there and not have a ghost, right? I mean, if you move into one that's ghost free, I think that's pretty much extra rent, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You pay extra for those places.
Yeah. So my next story, it's about Kristen Stewart. She recently revealed on a podcast that she's had a ghostly encounter when she filmed the movie The Messengers. Plenty of strange happenings have occurred during the filming of horror movies throughout cinema history, which makes you wonder if there really is some credibility in theories of ghosts and ghouls, or perhaps your senses are just heightened, your mind more active than normal when filming them. If you are prone to believing in hauntings, the idea of ghosts stirring up trouble in retaliation during the filming of a movie based on real events is pretty convincing theory. Shooting a horror movie is always going to make an actor more susceptible to fear and paranoia in places they wouldn't normally experience it, but it is possible that some entity is behind the curtains overseeing the looming unease. There's the rumor that, unbeknownst to the cast, real skeletons were used as props in Poltergeist, and that led it to be cursed, wherein 4 cast members died shortly after shooting concluded. Meanwhile, tales on the set of The Conjuring included Vera Farmiga finding claw marks on her laptop screen and later her thigh, Shanley Caswell convinced that she was being possessed, and Joey King developing a mysterious blood disorder that completely vanished when filming was done. Coincidences happen, of course, but if ghosts are real, you can understand why they might want to torment someone who is bringing a fictionalized version of themselves to the big screen, meddling with their stories and preventing them from resting in peace, and it's something Kristen Stewart was faced with, quite literally, while making a horror film. Kristen, who has recently released her directorial debut, The Chronology of Water, got her start as an actor, appearing in projects as a child before rising to prominence with the leading role of a quiet teenager caught in a supernatural love triangle of vampires and werewolves in Twilight. However, shortly before that, she appeared in a scary movie called The Messengers, and it was during filming that she experienced what she believed to be a ghost encounter. She revealed on the Ghosted podcast that while she was staying in an old hotel, she was confused by a water bottle falling over on its own accord but it was after she went to bed that the real frightening physical experience manifested. She said, and then all of a sudden I felt like my legs had been kind of pushed down because they were up like my knees were up, she added. So it made me open my eyes, and when I opened my eyes, it was a lady in colonial garb. There was a lady in old school clothes with darkened featured and rollers in her hair and sort of looming over my bed as high as the top of the drapery. I couldn't make a sound for a very long time. So now the question is, was the then 15-year-old Stewart experiencing sleep paralysis or some incredibly vivid dream, or did she really get a visit from a long deceased woman? And is it coincidental that the experience took place when filming a horror movie, or is it a case that she likely let her imagination run amok in the old digs? So, what do you think?
I tend to believe she had an experience.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it is interesting though when people are filming something and weird things start to happen, like with the Conjuring stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or when you hear about like really bad things happening when they're filming movies, like almost like a curse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I tend to think when they're filming things of a supernatural ilk, they tend to bring in that energy with them, especially when they're method actors.
Yeah.
Yeah. They tend to bring that energy with them, and
yeah,
they channel that energy, and when they do so, that tends to bring those spirits forward.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
The next story is that there is going to be a new Scooby-Doo series on Netflix, and that they have found the actress that will play the role of Daphne. So McKenna Grace has landed the first major role in the upcoming live-action Scooby-Doo series from Berlanti Productions and Netflix. Sources say she will play Daphne in the 8-episode series. The project, from Midnight Radio, Berlanti Productions, and Warner Brothers Television, landed for development at the streamer in a competitive situation last spring with a premium script-to-series commitment. Based on characters created by Hanna-Barbera, the yet untitled Scooby-Doo series crafts an origin story of how the Mystery Inc. group got together and first teamed up to crack the haunted case that started it all. During their final summer at camp, old friends Shaggy and Daphne get embroiled in a haunted mystery surrounding a lonely, lost Great Dane puppy that may have been a witness to a supernatural murder. Together with the pragmatic and scientific townie Velma and the strange but ever so handsome new kid Freddy, they set out to solve the case that is pulling each of them into a creepy nightmare that threatens to expose all of their secrets. Grace was most recently seen in the Paramount picture Regretting You, and she can next be seen in Scream 7 and also Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping, which is coming in November.
There's going to be some hair dye involved in this one. That's McKenna Grace right there.
Oh, yep. Yep. Big time.
Yep. Although she's got the look.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. So, yeah, interesting. Yeah. I think she'll
I like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. I think she'll do just fine. Greg Berlanti is a good producer, so I think they'll do a good job with the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And my last story is about a property that has been for sale for a really long time. It's known to be haunted. It was the backdrop for, what was that movie called? Dark Shadows.
Oh, yeah.
And ghost hunters went and investigated it. But the American artist Hunt Slonim has added another historic property to his extensive real estate collection, purchasing Seaview Terrace in Newport, Rhode Island for $16 million. The Elizabethan Revival Mansion sits on 8 acres along Newport's dramatic cliff walk and ranks as the 5th largest mansion in the wealthy seaside town. It initially was on the market for $28.5 million. With 29 bedrooms, 18 bathrooms, and nearly 44,000 square feet of living space, the property was originally built for Gilded Age whiskey magnate Edson Bradley. In 1923, Mr. Bradley had portions of his French Gothic mansion in Washington, D.C., disassembled and relocated to Newport, incorporating them into new construction. The estate featured stained glass, an organ room, a whispering gallery, and a theater. The home's exterior gained fame as Collinwood Mansion in the 1960s cult television series Dark Shadows, and later appeared on the paranormal investigation show Ghost Hunters in 2011. According to page 6, reported supernatural activity was a selling point for Mr. Slonim. He loves old haunted mansions, a close friend told the publication. Hunt is a spiritualist. He receives messages from those who are no longer with us. The estate's ghostly reputation includes claims that Bradley's late wife can occasionally be seen playing the organ, while previous owners report cold spots, shadow figures walking through the halls, hearing disembodied voices, and door handles jiggling. Mr. Slonim is known for his colorful paintings of bunnies and birds, with work held in collections including the Metropolitan Museum of Art and the Whitney. His depiction of the Venerable Pierre Toussaint hangs in St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York.
There's also one other tie to Collinwood and Dark Shadows. That's Chip Coffee.
Oh.
Indeed, indeed. I'm trying to remember how he told us at one time how it tied in, but he said, what was that tie again? I'm trying to remember how that tied in.
I did watch a while ago. I did watch like a YouTube video of the mansion, and I can't remember why, but it does have a colorful past. And I guess back in the day, I think it was like the 60s or 70s, they filmed like a X-rated movie there too.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess the neighbors were not happy about it.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, he was on House of Dark Shadows as a Collinwood party guest. That's what he appeared as.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. Ooh. Yeah. So that was Chip Coffey's tie to Collinwood.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Look at me with my knowledge. Given to me
Need
by
you to be
AI.
on my trivia team.
Yeah. Yeah. So interesting stuff. Yeah. So that's your bits and bobs for this week, huh?
Bits and bobs for the week.
Thank you so much. Very interesting stuff. Yeah. I was fascinated with Dark Shadows as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That was I love that show.
Yeah, that was a good show. Did you like the Johnny Depp version, the movie?
Not as much as the original, but
Yeah.
it was good. It was good for what it was. But yeah, the original series had me fascinated. It scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Barnabas Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Creepy.
Yeah, very creepy indeed. I've got a story here, Mal, about the mystery of the Virgin Mary's bloody tears. DNA tests lead to some startling conclusions. In the small village of Cascia, nestled in the rolling hills of central Italy, it's long been a place of quiet devotion to the Virgin Mary, but in recent months, this picturesque sanctuary has found itself the center of a profound mystery that has captivated the attention of believers and skeptics alike. It began with reports of a local statue of the Virgin Mary seemingly shedding tears of blood, also drawing hordes of pilgrims to witness the purported miracle. Skeptics quickly dismissed it as a hoax, but as the phenomena persisted, the Catholic Church launched a formal investigation enlisting the aid of DNA experts to analyze the mysterious crimson tears. What they uncovered has shaken the very foundations of faith, leading to startling conclusions that challenge our understanding of the divine and the boundaries of the natural world. It was the fall of 2022 that the first reports of the weeping statue emerged, drawing hundreds of the faithful to the small church of Santa Rita in Cascia. Eyewitnesses described seeing tears of deep blood-red hue slowly trickling down the cheeks of the Virgin Mary, a sight that many believed to be a miraculous sign of the divine. As word spread, the crowd swelled with people from across Italy and beyond, flocking to the village to witness the phenomena for themselves. Some fell to their knees in prayer, while others captured the tears on camera, sharing the images across social media and sparking a frenzy of religious fervor. Not further. It could be further, or further. I'm not quite sure. Naturally, the skeptics were quick to dismiss the tears as a hoax, citing everything from faulty plumbing to the use of special effects. But as the weeping continued unabated, the Catholic Church felt compelled to intervene, launching a full-scale investigation into the matter. Eager to uncover the truth behind the weeping statue, the Church assembled a team of experts, including theologians, forensic scientists, and DNA analysts. I almost said analysts. Good God. You don't want them around. No. Especially near the altar boys, to conduct a thorough investigation. They subjected the tears to a battery of tests, scrutinizing every aspect of the phenomena in search of a rational explanation. Initially, the team suspected that the tears might be the result of a hoax, perhaps a clever illusion or a carefully orchestrated publicity stunt. But as the investigation progressed, the evidence began to point to a far more extraordinary direction. DNA analysis revealed that the tears were, in fact, human blood.
Oh.
Yeah. A finding that left the investigators stunned. But how could this be possible? Where was the blood coming from? And what was the significance of this startling discovery? Determined to unravel the mystery, the church's scientific team delved deeper into the genetic composition of the tears, subjecting them to a battery of advanced tests, where what they uncovered was nothing short of mind-bending. The DNA analysis revealed that the blood in the tears was not simply human, but that it contained a unique genetic profile, one that did not match any known individual, living or dead. The implications of this discovery were staggering, raising profound questions about the nature of the divine and the boundaries of the natural world. As the team continued their investigation, they discovered even more startling details. The blood, they found, contained traces of a rare genetic mutation, one that had never been observed in any human population. This, in turn, led them to the realization that the tears might not be of any earthly origin at all. With the DNA evidence pointing to a supernatural explanation, the church's investigation took an unexpected turn, delving into the realms of the mystical and divine. Theologians and experts in religious studies were brought in to offer their insights, each bringing a unique perspective to the table. Some theorized that the tears were a sign of the Virgin Mary's own suffering, a physical manifestation of the pain and anguish she endured throughout her life. Others suggested that the tears were a message from the divine, a call to the faithful to renew their devotion and deepen their spiritual connection. Yet others proposed even more radical explanations, positing that the tears were the result of otherworldly intervention, a supernatural event that defied the laws of science and the natural world. These theories were, while compelling, also raised troubling questions about the nature of faith and the limits of human understanding. As the investigation into the weeping statue continued, the ripple effects of this extraordinary phenomenon began to be felt across the community of Kasia and beyond. For some, the tears were a profound and miraculous sign, a testament to the power of faith and the abiding presence of the divine. But for others, the implications were far more unsettling. The DNA evidence, in particular, had sown deep divisions within the local community, with some faithful interpreting the findings as a confirmation of the statue's supernatural origins, while others saw it as a betrayal of their religious beliefs. The debate spilled over into the media, with heated discussions and fiery debates erupting across social media and in the press. The church, too, found itself in a delicate position, struggling to reconcile the scientific evidence with the tenets of faith. Some clerics argued that the tears were a sign of the Virgin Mary's ongoing intercession, while others questioned whether the phenomena was indeed a true miracle or a carefully orchestrated deception. As the debate rages on, the people of Kasia find themselves torn between their faith and the unsettling implication of the scientific evidence. The mystery of the Virgin Mary's bloody tears has become a lightning rod for discussion about the nature of belief, the limits of human understanding, and the very boundaries of the divine. With the investigation ongoing and the community deeply divided, the future of the weeping statue in Kasia remains uncertain. The church, tasked with determining the authenticity of the miracle, must weigh the scientific evidence against the deeply held religious convictions of the faithful. Some within the church have called for a cautious, step-by-step approach, arguing that the phenomenon requires a thorough, impartial examination before any definitive conclusions can be drawn. Others, however, have urged a more decisive response, fearing that the longer the investigation drags on, the deeper the divisions within the community will become. Regardless of the outcome, the mystery of the Virgin Mary's bloody tears has already left an indelible mark on the people of Kasia and the wider religious community. It has challenged our understanding of the divine, pushed the boundaries of scientific inquiry, and forced us to confront the enduring mysteries that lie at the heart of human existence. As the people of Kasia and the wider world await the church's final verdict, one thing is certain: the mystery of the Virgin Mary's bloody tears has forever altered the landscape of faith, science, and human understanding. The road ahead may be uncertain, but the ripple effect of this extraordinary phenomenon will continue to be felt for years to come. I have a picture here, Mal, of what this actually looks like. I'll show you here. But it is real human blood. Or I should say it's real blood, but it's
right.
Yeah, it's moving on me here, I could tell.
Yeah.
But that's what it looks like.
Huh.
But it's real blood.
Right.
It's just got a human mutation to it that they've never tracked before.
That's weird.
So it's bizarre.
Uh-huh.
But it's not a trick.
Weird. Right.
Yeah. So who knows? Truly supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
We had teased earlier in the program that the list has come out. That super-secretive Bohemian Grove Society members list was allegedly leaked of who's who of the celebrity elite that attends Bohemian Grove every year. Now, some members of an elite super-secretive men's club based in California wine country have allegedly been leaked with names ranging from, are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the name that doesn't make sense. Late night host Conan O'Brien.
Okay, I would have never guessed that one.
Right. And billionaire former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, which makes more sense, to ex-Google CEO Eric Schmidt. The membership list of Bohemian Grove, a private 2,700 acre compound in Sonoma County that hosts an annual 2-week retreat, has a clubhouse in San Francisco as well, was allegedly obtained by an independent journalist and confirmed by a club member, according to the San Francisco Standard. The extensive list of more than 2,000 members in 2023 features the creme de la creme of business, tech, and finance, all divided into camps, much like a fraternity. The club is famous for its cremation of care ceremony and high-level networking, and is long rumored to have been acting as a social club for the powerful. Other names on the list include former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi. If you're ready for this, late crooner Jimmy Buffett was in that list.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I wouldn't have thought that either.
And billionaire political donor Charles Cook. A Bohemian Club spokesperson said the group does not maintain lists of its members due to the highly hush-hush nature of the secret society, which would make you think, well, how did this list get made? Independent journalist Daniel Boguslaw got his hands on the alleged list by hounding a Bay Area-based member for weeks and published the names on this past Wednesday. Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger was also apparently a member for a long time, and others like legendary actor-director Clint Eastwood and Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas are also rumored to be frequent guests. There's interesting pictures here as well. Here's some of the highlights from the alleged 2023 membership list. They include Edwin Meese III, former U.S. Attorney General under the Reagan administration. James Baker III, who was former U.S. Secretary of State and Secretary of the Treasury. I'm trying to hit the highlights here from business. The Fisher brothers, Robert, John, and William Fisher, whose parents founded the Gap Company.
Oh.
Or Gap Incorporated.
Right.
You may have shopped there. Let's see here. From technology. Trying to find one that you may know. There's not really anybody you know, but that's about it. But that's about it for that article. But some interesting names nonetheless.
Yep.
Yeah. So some little surprises in there.
Yep.
You know, the voice of the owl that is burned in effigy is the voice of Walter Cronkite. It still is to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So when we had Brad Meltzer on yesterday,
mm-hmm.
I had asked him, is there any name on there that surprised him? And he said, Conan O'Brien, honestly. But he didn't know if he had showed up as a performer, because they do skits and they do plays and it's an exclusive men's club at Bohemian Grove. So the men do dress up as women.
Right.
When they do their stage plays. So he didn't know if Conan had showed up to be a performer or if he was an actual member, but it sounds like he's an actual member.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that one and Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett's a surprise.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Unless he was a performer as well.
Right. He could have been a performer as well, but
right.
But yeah. And the other thing that Brad said that was interesting and kind of taken aback was, you know, they sent two of their reporters from Decoded to try and get in, and he broke the news here that you know, they had gotten arrested. They showed it on the program that they had gotten arrested, but he broke the news here that after they had tried so hard to try and get into Bohemian Grove, they were all offered membership afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
After all that rigmarole of trying to get in and getting arrested, finally they just offered a membership. And they turned it down. Which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
So, just funny stuff. All right. Next story. A Nevada triangle on Google Earth is sparking some rumors and conspiracy. Here's the actual picture of this weird triangle. It's just sitting out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh.
On Google Earth.
Yeah, that is weird.
Isn't that bizarre? This anomaly has eagle-eyed anomaly hunters discovering a strange triangular feature situated in the middle of nowhere, as I just showed Mallie, on Google Earth. Google Earth can be a great way to plan out a trip, discover places you've never been to before, or even to venture off the beaten track and explore the wilderness. Sometimes it's even possible to find something strange that seems to defy explanation. One such anomaly, which is situated in a remote part of Nevada, has recently been generating a lot of attention on social media. It takes the form of a large triangular feature in the desert, miles from anywhere. The peculiar formation has prompted speculation ranging from a secretive facility to a universal intergalactic warning sign. But as it happens, there's a conventional explanation for it. Built almost 100 years ago, the triangle is most likely the Buffalo Valley Intermediate Field, which is an emergency airfield built along early aviation routes across the state. Such airfields were not uncommon during the 1930s and 40s and served as a place where aircraft could make a safe landing should they encounter difficulties miles from any major airstrips. The triangular shape would have enabled pilots to land regardless of their direction of approach. While a lot of these airfields are now gone, this one seems to have stood the test of time. So it's kind of an interesting little side, which a lot of that stuff we may have lost to time, right? But aviation experts may know what it is.
Yeah.
But we see it on Google Earth and go, it's a UFO.
Yeah. Looks like a spaceship.
It does, doesn't it? A new study is revealing a possible hidden meaning behind the statues on Easter Island. An analysis of soil samples taken from the base of some of the statues has revealed something unexpected. A small landmass of only 63 square miles, Easter Island has remained something of an enigma for years. Its army of strange stoneheads, known as moai, and the long-debated collapse of its ancient society remain some of the world's most enduring archaeological mysteries. Recently, in an effort to learn more about the statues and their creators, a team of archaeologists and soil scientists conducted an analysis of soil samples collected from the base of statues standing upright in the Rano Raraku quarry on the eastern part of the island. Up until now, it was believed that the completed statues at the quarry had simply been awaiting transport to other parts of the island. But as it turns out, the soil holds clues suggesting that perhaps these particular statues had been left there on purpose. The samples showed evidence of food crops, indicating that not only had the soil been more fertile at this location than expected, but that the quarry itself may have been used to grow crops. The statues at the quarry, the researchers believe, may have been a tribute to the soil's fertility. These and probably other upright moai in Rano Raraku were retained in place to ensure the sacred nature of the quarry itself, said study co-author Joanne Van Tilburg of the University of California. The moai were central to the idea of fertility, and in Rapanui belief, their presence here stimulated agricultural food production. So those giant statues were there to help stimulate food production.
Gotcha.
They're pretty scary to me. I don't think that would make me grow corn or anything like that. Yeah. If anything, it just makes my thing shrink up into my stomach.
Like I got your thing.
My thingy. Makes my thingy go into my stomach, Mallie. There's a story here about Svalbard's Doomsday Vault, still going strong with 7,800 new additions. And not talking about new edition like the band, but new addition. The iconic seed depository continues to provide a hedge against an apocalyptic doomsday scenario. Have you heard about the seed vault, this doomsday vault?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, so the idea is, should we get wiped off the face of the planet by a nuclear war, we have this seed vault there that we can pull from and replant. Should we wipe ourselves off the face of the earth?
Okay.
Or should an asteroid or a meteor hit us?
Gotcha.
We can pull from this bank and we can replant and we could survive.
Okay. But wouldn't the grounds be radioactive?
Once radioactivity is,
Okay.
I think it's only, what is it, 100 years or something like that once.
Oh, so we would be screwed.
Yes.
But maybe like the next generation would be okay.
The next generation would be able to replant.
Gotcha.
They'd be able to replant all the crops and be able to repopulate and
Okay.
The iconic seed depository continues to provide a hedge against an apocalyptic doomsday scenario. Built in 2008 around 810 miles from the North Pole, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault is an underground depository that preserves food crop seed samples in case of a global disaster. While it hasn't been featured in the news as much in recent years, the vault is still going strong, with the depository now boasting an impressive 1,386,102 types of seeds.
That is a lot of seed.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Most recently, 7,800 new seeds were added, including olives from Spain, grains from Africa, and crops from Guatemala. The seeds are kept underground at a temperature of minus 18 degrees Celsius. Backing up seeds in Svalbard is one of the easiest and most effective steps the world can take to protect the foundation of agriculture, said Crop Trust Executive Director Dr. Stefan Schmitz. The vault had previously reached the milestone of 1 million seeds just before its 10th anniversary in 2018. Hitting the million mark is really significant, senior scientist Hans Dempewolf said at the time. Only a few years back, I don't think we would have thought that we would get there. Eventually, the total number of seed varieties stored at the vault could exceed 2 million. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault is an iconic reminder of the remarkable conservation effort that is taking place every day around the world and around the clock. An effort to conserve the seeds of our food crops, said former Crop Trust Executive Director Marie Haga. It's kind of impressive when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the world's largest hoarders out there near the South. Is it the South Pole? Is that where these guys are? The North Pole. I'm sorry. They're up there near Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
They're just up there, hoarding seeds. Hoarders. Taking all our seeds. All right. In the Freak of the Week category, if you're ready for this. Yes, I said Freak of the Week. It turns out that it was humans and it was human women back thousands of years ago that were Freak of the Weeks and had jungle fever with Neanderthals.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how it all started.
Okay.
I'm about to school you a little history lesson here. You ready for this?
Gotcha.
I think this is where Spike Lee got the idea for jungle fever.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Humans and Neanderthals cozied up, it turns out. A little bit more than what we expected. That's what the headline of this story is. Okay, as it turns out, Mallie, ancient coupling may have happened more between human females and Neanderthal males than you may have thought.
Okay.
And this is where Spike Lee gets the idea for jungle fever.
Okay.
Yeah. Or so I'd like to think. I don't know. Humans and Neanderthals cozied up from time to time when they lived in the same areas tens of thousands of years ago, but we don't know much about what or who got with whom or why. I'll tell you what, desperation. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Survival of the species, or so we think. A new genetic analysis offers some ancient gossip. The pairings were more often female humans with male Neanderthals. You know what I mean?
Okay.
A little bit of that raw sexuality going on there. See? How exactly this happened remains a huge question mark. Did human women venture into Neanderthal populations, or were the Neanderthal males drawn to the larger human enclaves, so to speak? Were these interactions peaceful, confusing, secretive, or even violent? I don't know. Do you think the human women were kind of attracted to the rougher Neanderthals? Do they like the bad boys?
I was going to say women like the bad boys.
The bad boys with the clubs and the fire?
Yeah.
Yeah. According to Xinjun Zhang at the University of Michigan, over there on your side of the pond, I don't know if we'll ever get a definitive answer to how this happened, since we can't travel back in time. He's a population genetics expert, Xinjun Zhang, commenting on the new analysis. But the study published Thursday in the journal Science shows that whenever Neanderthals and modern humans have mated, there has been a preference for male Neanderthals and female modern humans, as opposed to the other way around, said author Alexander Platt, who studies genetics at the University of Pennsylvania. Scientists know that Neanderthals and humans mated because there is a small but important percentage of Neanderthal DNA in most modern humans outside of sub-Saharan Africa, including genes that can help us fight some diseases and make us more susceptible to others. But they have also known that Neanderthal DNA is not distributed evenly throughout the human genome. In particular, there's a surprising lack of Neanderthal DNA in the human X chromosome, one of the bundles of genes in each cell known as a sex chromosome, compared with the amount of Neanderthal DNA in the other non-sex chromosomes in that cell. Scientists thought that maybe the genes in those locations were simply not beneficial or even harmful. Perhaps people with those gene patterns didn't survive as well as, or so those genes were filtered out by evolution over time, or so they thought. Maybe the difference could be explained by how the two species intermingled. To try to solve that riddle, Platt and colleagues looked instead at the Neanderthal genome and the human DNA that got interspersed during a mating event 250,000 years ago. When comparing these genes, they found more of a human fingerprint on the Neanderthal X chromosome, the same chromosome that in humans has less Neanderthal DNA than would be expected. The most likely explanation for this mirror image pattern is mating behavior. That's because of the way that sex chromosomes are passed from parents to children, explained Platt, because genetic females have two X chromosomes and genetic males have one X and one Y chromosome. 2 out of every 3 X chromosomes in a population on average are inherited from people's mothers. If more human females mated with Neanderthal males than the other way around over thousands of years, you would expect to see just what they found: more human DNA in Neanderthal X chromosomes and less Neanderthal DNA in human X chromosomes. I think that they've taken some really important steps in filling missing pieces to the puzzle, said Joshua Akey, who is studying evolutionary genomes at Princeton University and wasn't involved with the new study. The study can't totally rule out other explanations. For example, Zhang said it's possible that the offspring of human males and Neanderthal females just didn't survive as well. But the simplest, most likely explanation the study found is also the most interesting. It's not the result of a strictly Darwinian survival of the fittest, Platt said. It's really the result of how we interact with each other and what our culture and society and behavior is like. There you go. Or there's simply a whole lot of shagging going on back there. I kind of like that result as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there you be. All right. Is it Marla Hooch is in the background snoring?
Yeah, Marla Hooch. Can you hear her?
From time to time I could hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right.
She's a pug.
She's a pug.
Yeah.
Did you know that Marla Hooch can perceive time at different rates?
No.
Yeah, that's our next story.
Okay.
And our final one today.
All right.
All right. I'll tell you how. Different species, and this kind of ties into our guest for tomorrow, Jeff Belanger. Different species perceive time differently to us and each other depending on their pace of life, or the pace of their life.
Okay.
Okay. So Kevin Healy is the guy who wrote this article. And he says, as you read this, the screen is probably flashing over 240 times per second. Yet as a human, you won't notice the flickering light. So as you're watching Mallie and I on your device, if you're watching on video, you won't notice the flickering light. However, to a fruit fly hovering above your head, the screen would represent a strobe light fit for an Ibiza rave. This is because the way different species sample time, the rates at which they can perceive it vary greatly across the animal kingdom. To us, a fast-moving ball might seem like a blur, but to dragonflies, pigeons, and even big claw snapping shrimp, it can be seen in great detail. But for species like snails or certain deep-sea fish, like the escalar, the motion is probably too fast to register at all. But why do animals perceive time differently? To understand why, this man's colleagues, Kevin Healy and him, collected published measures of time perception across the animal kingdom and analyzed them. Their analysis showed this variation in time perception is largely driven by the pace of a species' lifestyle. Devices such as electroretinograms can measure time perception. The electroretinogram does this by recording the electrical activity of the retina in response to a flashing light, gradually increasing the rate of flicker until the animal can no longer see the flashing, can help scientists determine the limit of its time perception. Scientists call this an organism's maximum critical flicker fusion rate. Their analysis showed that temporal perception has even greater variation than scientists may have realized. Our perceptual limit as humans is approximately 65 flashes per second. However, birds, such as the collared flycatcher, can see up to 138 flashes per second, while tsetse flies and dragonflies can distinguish up to 300 flashes per second. Kind of interesting. At 65 flashes per second, or hertz, humans display respectable temporal perception abilities compared to other animals. It is higher compared to many mammals, such as rats, who are only at 47 hertz, but slightly lower than dogs, who are at 84 hertz.
Okay.
So Marla Hooch sees at 84 hertz.
Gotcha.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Our eyes seem even more respectable when compared to the slowest eyes in the animal kingdom, such as deep-sea fish, the escalar, which can only perceive 12 flashes per second, or the most extreme cases of the crown of thorns starfish and giant African snail, both of which can only perceive at 0.7 flashes per second. But why does a dragonfly have such fast eyes while a starfish confined to a world of vision blur? One idea, called Outram's hypothesis, is that time perception costs a lot of energy, and the evolution of such fast visual systems will only emerge in species with fast-paced lifestyles. Our analysis showed strong support for this idea, with the highest rates of temporal perception found in species which had behavior that required fast reaction times. For example, animals that fly and predators which pursue their prey, like yellowfin tuna, which can swim at over 70 kilometers per hour, earning them the nickname of cheetah of the sea. In contrast, the slowest rates of temporal perception were found in slower-moving species, such as the crown of thorns starfish, which clock a top speed of 22 meters per hour. So you get the idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Faster the animal, faster the perception. Slower the animal, slower the perception.
Gotcha.
There you go. So with that, that is why basically different species perceive time differently than us and the pace of their life. Kind of interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was kind of interesting. So Marla Hooch actually sees things faster than you do, or slows things down, depending.
Right.
Kind of interesting stuff. All right. With that, we have one more animal story and why I'm kind of jealous. This is our palate cleanser for today.
Gotcha.
Happened in Missouri, Mallie. I wish it would have happened in Minnesota. As an escaped monkey wandered into a Missouri homeowner's garage.
Okay.
He just wandered in.
All right.
A wildlife rescuer in Missouri said he was shocked when a call about a monkey in a homeowner's garage turned out to involve an actual capuchin monkey. I would have just welcomed him in and just gave him a banana. And we would have sat and talked and maybe had a Coke, had a little conversation, asked him if he wanted to be my forever friend. I would have just fed him and kept him there. Michael Baran, owner of Wildlife Command Center in Imperial, said the Tuesday call about a monkey sighting in a St. Louis area garage was far from the first primate report he has received. It's happened before. Look, I get calls about monkeys all the time, Baran told KSDK-TV. I just saw a monkey in Forest Park. I just saw a monkey in my apartment. So when I get the call, here's a monkey in the garage, I was like, yeah, right. This guy sees monkeys all the time.
I know, he's lucky.
He's very lucky. I wish I could see a monkey. He said his skepticism was replaced with shock when the caller made a FaceTime video call to his marketing manager and showed the animal was an actual capuchin monkey. It looks like the one from Friends. I'm not kidding you, the caller said. He's like, look, see?
Mm-hmm.
He held it up. Baran rushed to the residence. For the first time in 60 years, it was actually a monkey. He was shocked. He said the monkey initially resisted being lured into a dog crate. Well, of course, he's a smart monkey. He doesn't want to go in a dog crate. He wants a monkey cage with monkey stuff.
Right.
The homeowner was standing on steps that led to a door that went into a laundry room, Baran told the Jefferson County leader. The monkey all of a sudden decided to jump on the homeowner's shoulder. Aw. Wanted to stay with him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She opened the door to get away, and the monkey slipped inside the laundry room. In a smaller, tighter space, I had an easier time getting my hands on the monkey. Oh. He said the rest of the capture went smoothly. It was easy for me to get my hands on the monkey, he said. You just kind of control them in a way they don't feel threatened, and I was able to get it into a carrier safely. Oh, poor little monkey. A call came into Jefferson County 911 a short time later reporting a missing monkey named Chico. Oh, his name's Chico. Chico the monkey. Chico was returned to home after authorities verified the primate's owner had the proper permits from the Missouri Department of Agriculture. So Chico ended up going home.
Mm.
Why would you ever let Chico out of your sight, Mal?
Maybe he figured out how to turn doorknobs.
Oh. And he just went out for a little adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just went to go see what he could see.
Mm-hmm.
Chico can come over to my house anytime.
Have some blueberries.
Yep, blueberries and bananas, and we'll sit around, we'll talk. No big whoop. He'll never have to go home again. We can just hang out. Yeah, we'll just have fun. He can sit on my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
He can do the podcast with us.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, we'd have Chico as a guest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much he'll have to add to the podcast, but it'll be fun. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What you got going on in your world?
Oh, boy. Nothing really. Just busy with the kids.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Do they want a capuchin monkey?
I'm sure. I'm sure. And they would probably like, I want fainting goats and miniature donkeys.
Oh.
Ooh, and Highland cows because they're the baby ones. I want little miniature Highland cows because they're furry.
You know, Chico will round them all up.
Mm-hmm.
You could keep Chico to round them all up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a sloth. I just need a farm. I need a hobby farm.
You need a hobby farm.
I need to move out of Detroit and just find a hobby farm so I can have all my little miniature animals. That's what I need.
Who's the monkey who's on tour all the time? The the monkey that rides the dog. You ever see him?
No.
He's always on the Taco John's commercials. I almost said Taco Bell. Taco John's commercials. He's on the rodeo commercials. Someone's gonna email me and tell me who he is.
Okay.
It's my dream someday to get my picture taken with him.
Gotcha.
Yeah. In matching outfits. I'll get my little cowboy outfit on, and he can wear his little cowboy outfit. I have simple dreams.
Just
now.
don't wear the chaps.
Oh, I'm going to
wear chaps, wear something underneath the chaps.
I'll wear chaps and all.
Okay.
I have a picture of myself in chaps, you know. I
don't know what to say to that.
I tried them on at Fleet Farm.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Oh, wait. I think I saw a picture. Didn't you post it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I was at Fleet Farm, decided to try on chaps.
Uh-huh. Were they comfortable?
No. They were not. No. But yeah. It's what's the name of that monkey that good Lord, it's gonna drive me nuts now. And he rides a dog. Oh, monkey rodeo dog. Wait a minute. There he is. Whiplash the cowboy monkey. That's his name.
Oh, okay.
You know.
That is a long name.
Yeah, Whiplash the cowboy monkey. It's kind of my dream to meet Whiplash and take a picture with him.
Maybe he can come to your birthday party.
Oh, that would be. I mean, I would go meet him. I would go to wherever he is. Yeah, but you know. But I mean, look at his face. Look at this guy. Look at. Would you take a picture with him?
Oh, he is cute.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Little capuchin monkey with a cowboy outfit on. Yeah, we could get matching outfits.
That would be funny.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't sit on top of a dog like he does, but you know,
right.
I mean, look at how cute this is.
Yeah. Oh, is that the state fair?
Well, he's at a state fair. This was the New Mexico State Fair.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he was, you know.
Jeez Louise, Marla.
Yeah, but maybe we could put a saddle on Marla Hooch and we could.
I'm telling you, she is snoring up a storm.
She is. Well, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
Clarabelle's quiet.
That's all right. But yeah, Whiplash Cowboy Monkey.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I have simple goals.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm going on this tangent now. It's time to get out of here. We're done. Tomorrow on the big show, Jeff Belanger and Whiplash the Cowboy Monkey.
He would dress up. You guys could dress up the same and then match the monkey.
Yeah.
He would be all game for it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking time travel tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you want some homework ahead of tomorrow's show and you have Jeff Belanger's Shadow Zine from this month, I know Marla Hooch does. She just said she did.
Yeah.
Then you can read the Shadow Zine for this month, and we will discuss it on tomorrow's show. Some of the topics from that, because this month's Shadow Zine is all about time travel, and we'll be discussing the topics from that Shadow Zine. So
very
that's
cool.
Tomorrow's show. So yeah, we're getting all timey-wimey tomorrow with Jeff Belanger. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a good show. All right, that'll do it for today. A couple of reminders for you real quick. Please support the show. Go to darknessradioshow.com. Go to the shop. There's brand new hoodies. There's brand new t-shirts. There's brand new glasses, mugs, beanies. There's all kinds of stuff there. Also, there's True Crime Tuesday merchandise. Go support the show, please. Pick up your merchandise there and help support the show. Keep an eye out for a brand new update to the Darkness Radio app. I know iOS 26 has come out, and we should have a brand new update to that app soon. It should be coming out here this week, I believe. Got to talk to Monish about when that's coming out, but it should be coming out this week. Other than that, that'll do it. We'll see you tomorrow. For Jeff Belanger, for Mallie Fox, I'm Tim Dennis. Thank you so much for continuing to listen to and watch the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio.